Currently, right now, I think we are probably in the weirdest time in video game history. Because only now, it feels like video games are filled to the brim with life. And there's tons of brand new ideas coming out, and amazing games that release every single month. And at the exact same time, it feels like video games are just completely ran out of ideas, and tons of absolutely garbage games that no one cares about releases. And both of these things are happening at the exact same time. It's very confusing, but one trend that I don't really see a lot of people talk about anymore easily has to be the $70 games. I remember that when this first got announced that game developers wanted to charge $70 for video games, when the brand new generation of consoles ended up getting revealed, that's being the PS5 and Xbox Series X, tons of people were extremely angry about this decision. They were not happy at all, and people were complaining all over the internet talking about how terrible this is going to be. But I think something that me and a lot of other people ended up predicting is that this was going to just completely become the norm, and that was mainly going to happen for two reasons. One, AAA developers are going to keep on pushing for this, mainly because I think we all know that the price of making video games keep on going up, and it's just becoming more expensive. Two, and the most important thing, I'm pretty sure all developers knew that they could get away with this. One thing that more people have to realize is that most people on the internet are literally just yappers. They'll talk about how video games are terrible and microtransactions and corporate greed is ruining video games, and those same people who complain about stuff like that are going to be spending half of their paycheck trying to roll for the brand new Zenless Zone Zero character, and tons of other people are going to be spending a lot of their money to get brand new skins and just insert live service slot games. And I'm pretty sure this is something that a lot of game developers knew, and guess what? They were right, because currently right now $70 games are the norm, and it's something that I guarantee you 2 to 3 years in the future, it is going to be completely normal. And in my opinion, I'm someone who just doesn't really mess with that at all. I mean, most of the time when my friends always tell me, am I going to play this brand new video game? The answer to that question is usually no, and it comes for a lot of reasons. One big reason is easily the $70 price tag. I don't want to spend that much money on a brand new video game. Okay, I'm just being 100% honest. $60, I think that's the perfect range for most regions around the world, even though I know in some places $60 is already way too much for their currency. But I think for most places that's a reasonable price to pay for a brand new video game. Adding that extra $10 in my opinion just puts it to be way too much, and I'm just not willing to spend that much money on a video game. And it also doesn't help that buying most AAA games day one, it's just 100% a scam and you're just wasting your money, mainly because sales exist. And I think something that we all know is that if you wait during the winter time, or with most games, if you wait just 3 months later, the game is going to go on sale, especially if you're on Steam. Steam is 100% known for their big video game sales. So if you just wait a little bit and be patient, you're probably going to be able to get that game that you spend $70 for half the price, being $40 or at some case $50. Then I'll go and pick it up, especially if it's a single player game, because those are mostly the games that I'm interested in. So that's one reason why. And the second, and probably the most biggest reasons, I am just absolutely sick of AAA games. I am someone who's just not interested in AAA games at all. Okay, I'd rather take full-on back shots from Broly with no lube than play most AAA games, because that's how much I don't care. So if I don't care enough if these games are $60, why would I care when these games are $70? And it also doesn't help that the content of AAA games just keep on going down. I mean, this is something that we all know, and it is so bad at this point that we are praising games that still release half complete. A good example of that easily have to be Space Marines 2. It drives me absolutely insane every time when I see a person on the internet say that this is a feature complete game, even though this game released completely half-baked. I mean, literally half of the content isn't even out yet and is literally going to come out on the roadmap. The game literally only launched with 3 multiplayer maps, and the enemy team doesn't even have customization. This is not a feature complete game. This game is unfinished. Why have our standards have gone down so low that we're literally calling unfinished games finish? But I think one thing that makes the $70 game conversation very interesting is that everyone is going to have a breaking point eventually, because everyone is going to have that one game that comes out and is automatically going to test you. Something that looks so good and so amazing that you're willing to spend the $70 to get that game. I mean, currently right now, that ended up happening to a lot of people with the release of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Tons of people that I know on real life and on the internet who say that they're not going to spend $70 for a video game did it just to play this game day one because it looks that good. This is something that may happen to me with two games. One that's going to come out in the future and one that doesn't even exist yet, but if it does exist, there's a high chance where I'm going to fall. The one that's going to come out in the future is easily being Monster Hunter Wilds. If you want to know one thing about me, I am a Monster Hunter glazer. Okay, I'll full on go on my knees and straight up just start sucking the meat of Monster Hunter because that's how good I think this video game franchise is. And if it's not in like your top 5 best video game franchises of all time, me and you are going to have a problem. That's how much I glaze this franchise. And Monster Hunter Wilds look absolutely amazing. And the game is $70. And I'm not going to lie, even though I 100% know that if I buy this game day one, I'm definitely going to just waste my money because it's going to be on sale 3 months later, but I might fold. This game look amazing. And the other game where if this ended up getting revealed and it's $70, I definitely am going to fold is going to be Devil May Cry 6. I think the Devil May Cry franchise is amazing. I love every single game in that series except 2. 2 is absolutely terrible. And if Devil May Cry 6 gets confirmed and it's like $70, I might fold. I'm just being 100% honest. But either way, this is just one thing that I wanted to go and yap about. $70 games are cringe, but it's not going anywhere. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.